Well, here we go again. With the surprising reception to my first Mii Fighter build for Sans, it's now Cuphead's turn with his reveal as a costume for Mii Gunner in Smash Ultimate, just like Sans, giving me the perfect excuse to continue this pointless series that adds value to pretty much nobody. But if you want to create the ultimate Cuphead Mii Fighter moveset that's as true to how he plays in his own games, then you're in the right place. But before we start, can we talk about how sick Cuphead plays as Mii Gunner? This should be made the default Mii Gunner as far as I'm concerned. I mean, shooting shit from your own fingers, that's fucking badass, man. Anyway, let's begin with Mii Gunner's neutral special, which, if you played Cuphead at all, will be pretty obvious which you should go for. Laser Blaze. It's obvious, no questions asked. It looks exactly like his default weapon, the pea shooter. This one's pretty much a no-brainer. I always encourage my viewers to come up with their own movesets in the comments down below, and I still want you to, but frankly, if you don't have your neutral special as Laser Blaze, then you're just wrong, dude. I'm sorry, somebody has to say it. We're gonna call this move the classic pea shooter. For Mii Gunner's side special, I'm going to suggest equipping Gunner Missile, which involves firing a guided missile that hones in on opponents or launches a super missile if you flick the stick. These missiles closely resemble the bombs used in the airplane sections of Cuphead, where he transforms into an airplane and goes on a bombing run. The guided missile can represent the smaller bombs used in these sections, which are also capable of honing in on enemies, and can even reference the chaser weapon, which has the same ability, while the super missile can represent Cuphead's ability to transform into a bomb himself in the form of Super Bomb Morph. And so we'll rename the guided missiles into chaser bombs, and the super missile into the super bomb. For Mii Gunner's down special, I actually went with a different angle. While there's no real correlation with any of these moves for Cuphead's attacks, if I had to choose one, I would go with Echo Reflector, and I'll explain why. You see, Echo Reflector's primary function is to reflect projectiles, which as far as I know, Cuphead doesn't really do in his own games. However, if you use the Echo Reflector as an attack, the purple sparks that fly off sort of look like what happens when you use a parry slap in Cuphead. Just like the parry slap, it only works upon contact with the enemy and has the same basic function of neutralizing attacks. Not permanently like it does in Cuphead obviously, and you can't jump out of it without an assload of lag, but hey, it wouldn't be a Cuphead moveset without the parry slap. Okay, on to the final move in Mii Gunner's arsenal, the up special, which I'm going to go with Arm Rocket, because it's the only move in Mii Gunner's moveset that lets him directly control his movement. Movement, as you may know, is an extremely important aspect of surviving the brutal onslaught of attacks in Cuphead. And any good Cuphead player will know that there's one move essential to navigating the hellscape of attacks aimed right at Cuphead: the dash, which, if you use the arm rocket horizontally instead of vertically, is probably the closest thing we're going to get to emulating the dash in Cuphead. Unfortunately, this means that you're obligated to use this only for horizontal movement, not vertical. I don't give a shit if you're about to die, you better use this only for horizontal movement. We're going for authenticity here, not competitive viability, alright? And so I'm going to rename Arm Rocket to what it should be, the dash. But that's my moveset build for Cuphead. I can't believe I actually came up with a legitimate name for this series, it's kind of hilarious. If you missed out on the one I made for Sans, make sure to check it out, and let me know your build for Cuphead in the comments below. And smash that like button while you're at it, because it really does help out the channel with the algorithm and shit. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified for future content just like this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.